Alright everybody, what is up? It's Thunder. Welcome back. Join this game a little bit in progress. Down ain't nothing. No big deal. I got the strobe light of justice, baby. I'll be just fine. So anyway, fellas, today I want to talk about the final episode, the season finale of Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 6. If you don't want to hear any spoilers or you just don't give a damn about Game of Thrones, have no interest whatsoever, this video probably is not for you. So click off now. You don't have to hear any people crying in the comment section. I'm dropping spoilers. Alright, so I've given you guys fair warning. Let's get into it. So, Season 8 of Game of Thrones was pretty disappointing to me so far, considering, just like Black Ops 4, man. You had to wait 3 years or 2 years or whatever. You're waiting years for something to drop, and then it comes out, and it's like not even close to as good as you thought it would be. Like Destiny 2, Black Ops 4, and Game of Thrones Season 8, probably the biggest disappointments in recent memory. Just things that were hyped beyond belief and turned out to be absolute shit. I have a huge problem with the way Season 8, Episode 6 went down. I mean, the whole entire series, a lot of things made no sense. Like, why did Euron attack Jaime Lannister out the blue for no reason? Just, like, stupid shit that went down that really didn't make any sense. And like last night, man, they made Brandon Stark, Bran the Broken. This dude won the Game of Thrones. This is the man who is the new king of Westeros. This dude ain't done shit. I mean, the only thing this dude did, he got pushed out a window in the very first episode by Jaime Lannister, became a cripple. I mean, and ever since then, that's it. He's just been chilling in his wheelchair, taking pain meds, having some funky visions and shit. I mean, that's all he's been doing. He hasn't done anything. How is this dude the king of Westeros? How did he win the Game of Thrones? You know what Brandon Stark is like? Brandon Stark is like that zero specialist sitting in the back of the map, sitting back watching everyone else do all the work, getting the kill streaks, and then he just goes ahead and hacks all the streaks. That's what Brandon Stark did. He pretty much sat in the back of the map and then hacked the Iron Throne. He didn't do shit. This dude did nothing. Jon Snow was a dude that did everything in there. Battle of the Bastards. He united everybody to fight the White Walkers. I mean, there's a whole laundry list of shit Jon Snow did. Jon Snow did so much, and look how they did this man. This dude got sent out to live out with the wildlings, bro. And you want to know how that happened? He killed Daenerys. He stabs Daenerys, and by all means, he should have. I know Daenerys was his aunt and his lover and whatever, but she was crazy, and she was going to kill a whole lot more people. She was gonna quote-unquote liberate more people, but she was just out of bloodlust, a blood and fire lust, man. And he did the right thing by taking her out, And what I don't understand is why Jon Snow snitched on himself, especially since Drogon rose up and snatched up the body and just took off to God knows where. I mean, who could hide a body better than a dragon? Like, no one would ever find Daenerys' corpse ever again. I mean, and what did Jon Snow do? He went and snitched himself out to the Dothraki and the Unsullied. I'm surprised they didn't kill his ass on sight, because they already didn't like Jon Snow to begin with. Like, how did that even go down? Like, did Jon Snow just walk up to Grey Worm like, yeah, Grey Worm, yeah, I just killed your queen, my bad. I mean, how does that even happen? Bro, I would have just been like, now, of course, Daenerys probably had some Dothraki and some Unsullied, like, outside the door, like, guarding the door and shit. Like, I would have walked out by myself like, yo, she just took off with Drogon. I don't know, like, she wanted to be with me. I told her, it ain't gonna happen. I kind of had feelings for you, but then after I found out that you was burning women and children to death, and then, there's the whole you're my aunt thing, it just ain't gonna work out. I'm sorry, I mean, she got all emotional. She jumped on the dragon and took off. I don't know where she went, man. She was crying because I basically dumped her. That's what I would have said. Now, people are all like, oh, yeah, but the Dothraki would have walked in there and seen the blood on the floor. Bro, the Dothraki is stupid as hell. Jon Snow could have covered up that blood easy. The dumbass Dothraki ain't gonna come in there and CSI the damn room with luminol and shit looking for blood spatter on the floor. Them Dothraki are dumb as hell. And the Unsullied? Those dudes are even dumber. I mean, let's face it. Those dudes are brainless zombies, man. Jon Snow would have got away with that shit easy. Like, if that was Peter Baelish in there, trust me, Peter Baelish should be sitting on the Iron Throne right now. You think Baelish would have went to the Dothraki and been like, oh, yeah, I just stabbed her through the heart. My bad. Hell no. Jon Snow snitched himself out, and he's living north of the wall now with the wildlings. I don't get it, man. I mean, he got banished to the Night's Watch, and when I heard he got banished to the Night's Watch, I'm sitting back like, yo, the Night's Watch? What the hell are they watching? I mean, the wildlings are cool now. The wildlings are friends with everybody. The Night King is dead. The White Walkers are gone. Why is there even a need for a watch? Like, what are these? I don't understand. And first of all, how did they repair the wall? The wall got melted, man, by the Night King's zombified dragon. There is no wall to watch. There's a big-ass gaping hole in it. But if you go back and look at the episode, like, the wall is fixed. I'm like, where did they find all that ice to fix that wall with? And where did they find the time to do it with all the fighting that's going on? Yo, there's just so much shit that made no damn sense in that episode, bro. And, like, Sansa Stark, like, she gets made the Queen of the North. Like, she pretty much tells Bran Stark, like, yeah, there ain't gonna be no 7 kingdoms. There's gonna be 6. We're gonna be independent. And I'm gonna be the queen. I'm gonna be the ruler of where the hell are they from? Damn, I can't even think. Winterfell. I'm gonna be the queen of Winterfell. And, you know, that's it. I don't need, you know, you're not gonna rule over me. Like, nobody asked her why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? How come we all gonna be under Bran Stark's rule, but not you? Because you're the sister? You gotta pass? I would, like, somebody should have at least questioned why. Like, what are your motives? Why do you want to do this? I mean, dude, just the whole episode, man, everything made no sense. I mean, they spent season after season building Daenerys up to be this great liberator and this, like, this good guy. And then, boom, like, just in a couple of episodes, they completely twist Daenerys Targaryen into an evil thing. I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I feel bad for Game of Thrones fans. A lot of people pissed off. A lot of people on social media super pissed. They want the whole season redone. And I do too. I mean, they took 2 years. I mean, we had to wait 2 years, and that's the best that the writers could give us? Are you serious? Hey, you know what would have been cooler too? If, like, Jon Snow did kill Daenerys, but it was Arya Stark who took off the faceless man mask of Jon Snow. If it was Arya that did it, that would have been cool. Jon doing it was like, I don't know, man. Just killing your girlfriend and your aunt. Your girlfriend? I don't know, that's pretty weird, man. I don't know, too many dudes that date their aunts. But just stabbing your own aunt, your girlfriend like that, it would have been way cooler if Arya did it. Arya's like, she's pretty much the assassin. And I mean, I haven't seen a good Arya Stark moment since she stabbed the Night King and she killed Walter Frey. Probably the moment where she poisoned Walter Frey and all his men. Probably the greatest Arya scene ever. But her stabbing the Night King was pretty cool, too. I know a lot of people want to see Jon Snow do it. Jon Snow, pretty much, he was like an afterthought in Season 8, even with the Battle of the Undead. Like, what was he doing? He was flying around on his dragon, and he wasn't even using the dragon effectively, to be honest. I mean, I would have been melting, like, especially when all them White Walkers were standing in front of the barricade. You know, when the Night King had them all, like, pushed the middle. I would have been like, yo, all them noob Night Walkers are just standing right there. Let's just melt them all. That's what I would have done. I don't know what Jon Snow was doing, man. It's just a bad season for Jon Snow. But, I mean, if it wasn't for Jon Snow, the White Walkers would have smoked everybody at Winterfell. Then they would have went on to King's Landing and Cersei and destroyed the Lannister army and the Golden Company. Oh, my God. What a bunch of noobs those dudes turned out to be. The Night King and his boys would have smashed the Golden Company, no problem, would have pub stomped the hell out of them. Listen, I know it's never going to happen, but I would love to see a Game of Thrones Season 8 remake done, where Jon Snow was sitting on the Iron Throne. I mean, if not Jon Snow, maybe, like, I don't know, bro, anybody but Bran Stark. Like I said, Bran Stark is like the dude who just is in on the group project, everyone else is doing all the work, but then he gets all the credit at the end. This dude didn't do shit. I mean, Kim Kardashian put in more work to get famous than Bran Stark did. All this kid did was get pushed out a window, man. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Picked up my thresher right before this dude melted me. But you know what would be cool, though, is if Drogon flies off with Daenerys like he did, and then Daenerys comes back as the new Night King or Night Queen. You know what I'm saying? To get her revenge on everybody. That would be cool. So if they ever decide to pick up Game of Thrones again for whatever reason, because, you know, you still got Tyrion in play, Jon Snow's still alive, you know, Brienne of Tarth's still alive. They still got major players. I mean, the Hound is dead. The Hound is probably one of my favorite characters in the whole damn show. But, I mean, they could introduce new characters. You know, Gendry's still there. They still got a good core cast of characters there where they could bring that show back and bring Daenerys back as the Night Queen. Now, that would be pretty cool. But I don't know. I just did not like the way, I mean, Bran Stark, come on, man. I know everyone's saying Tyrion is the true king. Bran Stark just a figurehead, but it should have been Jon Snow sitting on the Iron Throne. And not some dude in a wheelchair with a bowl cut whose only claim to fame is he got thrown out a window back in Season 1 and he has some funky visions every once in a while. I mean, come on, HBO. Game of Thrones Season 8 sucked.